What is good, guys? CJ here. Hope everyone is having a great midweek here. This will be a Solari Capital exclusive back test, if you will. Just got set up in the home office. Should have ATV getting set up soon as well. Feels really good to be situated. Feels really good. Got a whole new monitor setup, whole new outlook on the markets. And funny enough, we're gonna do a trade back test here of a trade that happened when I was not even in the market, but I feel like it's very applicable to the current market a little bit, or just to get us thinking a little bit. So here we have Bitcoin. This is around April 2021. You can see on our 3-day swing structure, we're just making higher lows and higher highs. Structure trending up like that. And getting into it, we have like maybe some sort of a range creation here. Some sort of a range creation. We'll play it out a little bit here. You can see price takes that high again, right there. Now that might have been a little too fast for what we were going for, but we're gonna review the trade nonetheless. So when you're trading up, you can pull your range. Extend deviation high, just like so. You tap 1, tap 2, and there you put in your tap 3. Now coming onto the lower time frame, we can see we have ourselves a pretty high probability ranging environment here. It's a little sendy up into this third tap, but we're just stacking. Let's get this tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Couple of internal lows. 6, 7, 8. This whole area. 9. All the way up. Like so. And now we're getting into what looks like a Model 1 distribution. So where's the entry? You're having a little bit of closer tap 1 and 2. Kind of got that 20 days there, and then you got that 31 days there. But we've seen this on Bitcoin. We've seen Bitcoin do this kind of similar to that accumulation we had at the bottom of our current range before we went into the manipulation phase, but we had that closer tap 1 and 2, and then you had that immediate test, and then that marked the bottom. We were kind of all waiting for another one right here. But Bitcoin sometimes likes to give that closer tap 1 and 2, it seems like. But switching back to the distribution, was there an entry here? For the lads trading Wyckoff back in 2021, absolute legends. We're already in replay mode here, so we can't dial it in, but we will find the spot. Yeah, so it looks like you had some structure demand on this move up here. Right there, kind of protecting price from coming down, getting that reaction. Building, you had that pop up, but you have a lot of liquidity right here and a lot of liquidity right here as you're coming in to put in your top. This peak right here would eventually mark the top of this current run up. We would go for one more after a while though. So when you're seeing this is absolutely grindy price action. You've got to be aware you can only take breaks back with inside the original range values. So you have that demand there protecting price. And here you can start to see the market structure. Here you can start to see the market structure. And go on the 45. Boom. Right here you're getting your break, but you can't take it because it's not back inside original range values. And so make that red. Here's your break, but you can't take it because it's not back inside original range values. Plus you have this really good looking structure demand that price does get a reaction from. But underneath that structure demand, you're really having nothing but sell side liquidity right here with all these stacking up. So there's your break. You can't take it, so we're not even gonna put it on the chart. Once you get this bounce though, now we can be looking for level 2 breaks. And right here, you get your level 2 break. It's very convincing. Very convincing break right here. Maybe get an entry somewhere in this region. On that break, you're kind of creating, let's see if it is on the lower time frame. Yeah, on that break, you're creating structure supply as well. Right here, the price does come back for. Right there. Let's make that nice. So when entering, where would we put our stop loss? So you're catching an entry right here. Stop above this high. No reason. There's really no difference between this high and this high. Let's just say this high though. Because you could technically put it here maybe. I'm not sure. We're not going to go to the lower time frames if there's a reason to come back, just for simplicity purposes. Stop below this high. So basically you're getting that bounce from structure demand, and then you're following your level 2 structure. Following your level 2 structure up like this. That blue or red. Following your level 2 structure up like this. Take this break. Very fast, very convincing. Stop above the high. And then running this down to technical. And very important to note that your entry, it's pretty close. Entry back inside original range values. Maybe if you wanted to look for an entry in here because you're really, but very close. Entry back inside original range values, even though that break is slightly above. So if we let this trade play out here, here's your Model 1 schematic on Bitcoin. 10x, that's why I was so fast. And you can see price coming all the way back up, then breaking down aggressively, almost having a redistribution right here. Just having a redistribution right here. And right there, you'll hit your technical target for an RR of around 6, but we know we've been trending up for a long time. We're gonna come on the higher time frame here. And where is a likely spot when price breaks down all the way, sweeping, we'll see if we can sweep this low right here. Yes, we do, right there. So if you were targeting this liquidity sweep, a 10.66 RR, And if you want to see how Bitcoin plays out from here, it's pretty crazy to me to look back. But you get that liquidity sweep hard flush. Then you actually go into an accumulation here. So I'm gonna cap off the video there, go into an accumulation right here after getting that liquidity sweep. And that was your top on Bitcoin locally at the time. You ended up going for one more and putting another distribution right here. But today we're just gonna focus on this first distribution. Well, boys, I'll leave it there. And that has been a backtest trade review.